Welcome back, everybody, to Pinstripe Talk. My name is Anthony Simeone, and today we're going to go over everything going on in the world of the New York Yankees. Now, it has been a while since I have spoken to you, but I'm back. I'm here, and the Yankees are better than ever. They have just clinched a spot in the American League Championship Series. They're going to play either the Astros or the Rays. Now, let me just get into that series first. The Yankees and the Twins, the two most prolific home run hitting teams in the history of Major League Baseball. 307 home runs for the Twins, 306 home runs for the Yankees. And the Yankees just dismantled the Twins. They really had their way with them. And it was done in a bunch of different ways. Game one was just a fun back and forth-ish game because the Twins scored two. It was 2-0, and then we came back with three. So it started back and forth, and they scored one in the fifth, one in the sixth. But we had three in the third, three runs in the third inning, which Encarnacion had some big hits. We got lucky on an error by second baseman Arias, who threw the ball away, allowing another one to score. So we got two runs there. And then the Twins come back and tie the game. Polanco, then Glaber. It was just back and forth, and then that sixth inning comes around with LeMahieu homering and Gardner homering, and then in the seventh, LeMahieu had the bases clearing double. So game one, it started off rocky, and Paxton didn't show his best, but he got them what they needed, which is a victory. That's all that mattered. The victory's all that mattered. And game two, Didi's grand slam. Game three, with phenomenal pitching. Even though Severance didn't have his best stuff, Sevy pitched well enough to get out of jams. Bases loaded, nobody had, got out of it with no runs, which is just phenomenal. The bullpen did its job. Britton was a little banged up, and as was Chapman after the game. He was hit in the hand by an errant champagne bottle, but they are both fine and both good to go for the ALCS. Speaking of injured people who could be good to go for the ALCS, CC Sabathia might return for the championship series, as well as the man who's been MIA for a while, Aaron Hicks. Aaron Hicks, who the Yankees originally thought was going to be out the rest of the season, has just been given maybe a new lease on his injury because he's been quoted saying that he feels ready. He feels like he can go. Whether the Yankees think he can go is a very different story. He feels he can go. And we can only anticipate what's going to happen with Aaron Hicks. He's a big bat. Now, would you want to upset the mojo? Would you want to upset the apple cart right now? Because I'm not sure you would. It'd be difficult to try to insert him into the lineup, because if you put him in the lineup, you're not playing an outfielder, because there's no way you can sit Urshela, who would be the one guy you'd want to sit if Hicks comes back. You'd want to swap Hicks out for Urshela, because Urshela's a great ball player, at least this season he's been, but he's the bat that kind of the odd man out, because you want Encarnacion, you want LeMahieu and Torres and Didi, Stanton, Gardner, Judge. But I'm not sure how you'd maneuver things where you can have although, hold on. No, you could DH Stanton, right? Okay, you could DH Stanton. This is what you could do. You could DH Stanton. You could put Encarnacion at first base, move LeMahieu to third base. Gardner slides over to left, and you put Hicks. Yep, figured it out. There we go. Wow, that was pretty simple. So, yeah, instead of having Encarnacion DH and Stanton play left field, and also it would shore up the defense. Because Stanton, well, I love him as a ball player, and Giancarlo Stanton has had, and you can quote me on this, Giancarlo Stanton has had the best at-bats I think I've ever seen Giancarlo Stanton have in his career. He is laying off that low and away slider. He is He's really having very professional at-bats and making the pitchers labor and work. He only has one hit in the series to show for it. I don't care. Giancarlo Stanton has been a big bat in this lineup, if only for making the pitchers work like crazy, like multiple 10-pitch at-bats. And I know all the disgruntled Yankee fans, you're all going to tell me, Giancarlo Stanton is not paid to have good at-bats. He's paid to hit the ball 500 feet. And yeah, he is. What I'll say to that is, Giancarlo Stanton is paid to play good baseball. He's playing good baseball. And also, we didn't give him that money. We took on that money. Whenever someone says to me, oh yeah, Giancarlo Stanton's not worth that kind of money, he very well may not be. We didn't give it to him. We did not give him that money. The Marlins gave him that money. And it was stupid for them to do it. Now, Giancarlo Stanton, in my opinion, is a top 25 ball player in baseball. He might even be higher than that. I'm not certain. But he is a phenomenal ball player. Otherworldly power. If you look at his numbers, he's on pace to be a Hall of Famer. Giancarlo Stanton is a difference maker. And for all the Yankee fans who sit back and say Giancarlo Stanton shouldn't be a Yankee or all that nonsense, it makes me upset because I know how phenomenal of a ball player he actually is. And you seem to forget the man won an MVP award. He's something different, and Yankee fans frustrate me when they say he's not good for this team. But whatever, I digress. But yeah, it would shore up the defense if Hicks came back. It would give you a nice switch hitter. Always having a switch hitter on your team is always important because it neutralizes the bullpen. Up until this point, we don't have any switch hitters in the lineup. I remember a few years ago when we had Teixeira in the lineup, we had Beltran. Even go back a little further, we had we had Posada. Even though I didn't like him, even though Chase Headley was a switch hitter. So the Yankees tend to have Bernie. The Yankees tend to have a lot of switch hitters in their lineup. Hicks is the only one now, and he would provide a very solid fielding center fielder, coupled with the fact that he has a very good bat. Now, might be a little upset in the apple cart. I get that. Team's going really well. They just swept the Twins. But he'd be a welcome invitation back to the team. Now, we are going to the ALCS. That is done and done. What is not done and done is the other team in the ALCS. Tomorrow's game 5 of the American League Division Series between the Astros and the Rays is something that every Yankee fan should be watching closely or recording or having it on their phones, because this is an important game. Just the fact they're in Game 5 benefits the Yankees, because it benefits them in as much as Garrett Cole is starting for the Astros in Game 5. So neither he nor Verlander, who just pitched on a short rest, is not pitching Game 1. It'll probably be Zach Greinke. And I'm not saying Zach Greinke is easy to hit, but Zach Greinke is not winning the American League Cy Young Award. Cole and Verlander, one of them is. So just the fact there is a Game 5 is beneficial to the Yankees. The Tampa Bay Rays, the Yankees have played the Rays all season, and they've been tough. We've beaten them pretty handedly. So obviously everyone's rooting against the Astros for what they did to us several years ago in the American League Championship Series in 2017. We were up 3-2. They came back and won both games in Houston, went to the World Series, won the World Series. So Yankee fans still have that sour taste in their mouths from 2017, myself included. I was at one of those ALCS games. I was at the game when Todd Frazier hit a 3-run home run to right field off of Charlie Morton. We won that game pretty easily. So it was an electric playoff feel that I can't wait to be at again. So the Yankees, if they were to play the Astros and beat the Astros, it would taste so sweet because they lost to the Astros before. But that being said, playing the Astros and playing the Rays are two very different things. I am not discrediting the Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa Bay Rays had a phenomenal season, and they will be a difficult team to play, as any team would be in the playoffs. Every team in the playoffs is a good team. That goes without saying. But be real. But be real with me for a second. Would you rather play against the team with Travis d'Arnaud and Ji-Man Choi and Willie Adames and Kevin Kiermaier and Avisail Garcia, or the team with Jose Altuve, Carlos Correa, Alex Bregman, George Springer, Michael Brantley, not to mention Justin Verlander, Garrett Cole, and Roberto Osuna? Not to discredit Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, and Diego Castillo on the Rays, but I don't think it equates. Now, the fact there is a Game 5 just proves to the baseball world that John Sterling's cliched remark of "you can't predict baseball, Susan," is quite evident. Because, you can't predict baseball. I thought the Astros had a sweep going, and the Rays come up and they take Game 3, they take Game 4, and now the most difficult thing they have to do is win Game 5 on the road, which, it's the day before the game. It's Wednesday, and the game's tomorrow. If I had to make a prediction, and you know I'm going to, because how boring would it be if I just sat here and gave you my opinions and no predictions, because you can't hold them against me. I can't go against the better team. I think Houston will win. Do I want them to win? No, I don't. I do not want Houston to win. I'm not rooting for the Rays. I'm rooting for the Astros to lose. Because if you root for a team to win and then you have to play that team, it always ends up being very confusing and not something I want to do. But I'm rooting for the Astros to lose, which would then make me having to root for the Rays. But I think the Astros are going to win. Garrett Cole has been Cy Young caliber. He's probably going to win it. Amber Verlander. 326 strikeouts in the regular season. The most, I think, since Pedro in the mid-'90s. Or Randy Johnson in the mid-'90s. So he had an otherworldly season. Now, not to say that Tyler Glasnow isn't a bad pitcher. Tyler Glasnow had a very good season when he was healthy. 6-1 record with a 1.5 something ERA. He really can dominate a lineup. I would almost think that they would do a bullpen game again, just because it works so effectively. The reason bullpen games work if your pitchers are on is because you're seeing 7 different arms, and if they're all going well, it's hard to pick up. You got to do the matchups against this guy, and this guy thrown from this angle, and he's a righty and a lefty. So it's very difficult to string together a rally against so many different arm slots and pitches and arm angles, and it's very tough. So the Rays had that to their advantage. The Rays are that little legend that could. I think it stops here. I could be very wrong, and the Rays could shock the baseball world and beat the Astros, which, believe me, would shock the baseball world. If you told me if you asked me what the best team going into the playoffs was, I'd say one of 3 teams: Yankees, Dodgers, or Astros. And that's because I'm a Yankee fan. Most people would probably say the Astros. Now, I did mention the Dodgers. The Dodgers are going to their Game 5 tonight, 8 o'clock. And the Cardinals and Braves are going into their Game 5 right now. The Yankees saved themselves a world of heartache and a world of gray hairs and stress because they're the only team that swept. Then have to play Game 4 or Game 5. Cardinals